Hey everyone, okay, so you have got me lying down today because I can't be bothered sitting up. So we are 37 weeks now, so that was an exciting point to get to because now baby is pretty much ready to come out. But yeah, so it's kind of a bit of a waiting game. Um, First time mums, not a lot of the time do they come early, but it is still possible. So a lot of mums are normally that 40-week mark or even a week or so later or whatever. But yeah, so we are kind of just getting prepared for that at the moment. But yeah, the last week's been pretty good. I had a real quick skim through the video that I did last week because always forget what I say. But I had commented that at the 37-week mark we wanted to take some photos. And for the first time ever, Brendan and I actually did what we were talking about and did it straight away. So on the 37-week mark exactly, which was Sunday, we went down to the river and took some photos down there. So that was really cool. It's totally not me and out of my comfort zone too. Brendan and I aren't really into that sort of stuff. I suppose it's quite self-consuming, which we're not really into. But I did say to Brendan that if I didn't get something like that, I'd probably regret it, because it's not often that we go through what we're going through right now. And I didn't want to miss out on all that, and I didn't want baby to miss out on seeing how I looked, because now, obviously being in the situation ourselves, I've been asking my mum, like, have you got photos of what you look like, and, how much weight did you put on, and what were you eating like, and how did you feel, and all those sorts of things. But so, especially with baby being a girl, and her maybe having similar interests as me when she gets to this point in her life, I did want her to have something to look back on. And also for her to know that we care about her a lot and that we're both like really excited to meet her and have enjoyed this journey and that sort of thing too. So yeah, the photos were surprisingly good. We went down to the lake and we found a few different, to the river, we found a few different spots. And yeah, it took us an hour or so, but we did a lot of them in like bra and undies and stuff like that, with like a robe on, and then like a nice robe, and then some of them we did naked as well, which was kind of cool to do. But yeah, so yeah, that was good. I was really glad we did that. One thing we do have to try and tick off is because obviously Brendan took the photos, we haven't got any with him, and I do really want to get some with him as well, and with Indy. But yeah, so that will be on our list of things to do, hopefully in the next couple of days as well. But yeah, so that's all been going well. Midwife appointment, I can't remember. I only skimmed through the video last time, so I can't remember if I updated you or not. But we saw the midwife last week for our last kind of like information session, and then they're happening weekly. And when we saw her, she did baby's heart rate and all that sort of stuff again. Baby was still head down, so that's really good. Feet on the left-hand side, bum on the right. So in terms of optimal positioning, she could switch around and that would be even better again. But just being head down is perfect. But yeah, so that was really good. Everything else she said was really good. I'm just trying to think back now. Yeah, and then interestingly, kind of when we hit that 37-week mark, I had it in my mind that she's ready to come out now. And I'm at the same point of not being totally uncomfortable, but just like ready to get her out, like I'm kind of done with it a little bit. Ready to meet her and all that sort of stuff too. So that was a really interesting feeling for me because that came pretty much as soon as that 37-week mark came. Also, like a couple of days before the 37 weeks, I started to get quite a lot of the Braxton Hicks, so that contraction, all that sort of thing, and a little bit of like period crampy sort of pains. And so that made me worry the couple of days before we hit that 37-week mark, because I knew that even though it was only a couple of days before the 37 weeks, if I was to go into labour, then they'd still see it as like an emergency and her being premature. So yeah, I was surprised that I hadn't even thought that would cross my mind, but it seemed to. So once that 37-week mark came, I was like, right, Brennan, we're going to do everything that we can to get her here now. I have talked to a lot of people, a lot of different professionals in different kind of aspects, and they have all said that they don't believe that baby will come until she's actually ready to. So even if you do apply different methods and techniques and stuff like that, they're probably not going to do anything until she's ready to come out. And at this point, it hasn't worked. I can definitely feel like, because we've been doing like watching our program at night, and we'll be laying there and we'll do like nipple stimulation on both sides. That's meant to help because it helps to increase oxytocin, same sort of thing as what it does when baby's born and starts sucking and that sort of thing. But oxytocin, feel-good hormone, also helps to bring on contractions and start the labour process. When we're doing that, I can feel my tummy like getting really tight, like it is contracting and doing that sort of stuff. There's also some acupressure points that I've been pressing on, massaging. Brennan's doing like a massage before we start watching our program, and quite high up in my neck there's some points in there as well which help with like the letdown, so helping to drop baby into the pelvis more and that sort of thing. And then before we go to bed I've been sniffing clary sage, which is also meant to help bringing on the contractions and stuff too. So there's been a few kind of things that we've been doing, and we'll kind of keep doing them, but at the same time we did it like that for the first couple of days, and then I was like, okay, like I'm ready to have a bit of a break now. I'm starting to get quite tired too, so I was like, alright, well, if she decided to come tonight, like I'm so tired, how am I going to start this journey? Like I don't want to start it really tired and exhausted and like fizzle out because I've not had enough rest. So yeah, weight training I haven't trained in like a week. I've been sitting out in the shed with Indy on the floor when Brendan's been doing his workouts, and just doing some work and bits and pieces and stuff like that. But yeah, I just haven't really had that like oomph in me to do that. Last couple of days I felt quite emotional too, so that's been quite interesting for me, because most of you that know me will know that I'm a nice person, but I don't have a lot of like raging emotional, like cry teary sort of, I'm not really that sort of person. But I haven't cried, but I have definitely felt a lot more emotional and a lot more needy. Like I've been saying to Brendan at night time, we've had a couple of nights where we've tried to go to like start resting a little bit earlier, and I've asked him to sit on the couch with me and relax, and then if he's not kind of like engaging with me and talking or like touching, then it makes me feel a little bit emotional. Yet normally it wouldn't bother me because we'd just be sitting together, but yeah, so heaps of that sort of stuff, so I've been a bit of a pain for him, but he's been really good, same as usual. He's just helping out when I ask for it and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, there's not really a lot else to say. We've just had the next midwife appointment, but I'll leave that because it kind of goes into that 38-week mark, so I'll leave that until the next video, otherwise I have nothing to talk about there. But yeah, we're very ready and getting prepared for baby. Pretty much everything's all organised. I've pre-made some lactation cookies which I've put in the freezer so that I've got an easy snack. Don't ask me about the science behind it. There does seem to be a little bit of like maybe old tales behind them with like the nutritional yeast and the oats and fibre that it has in it from the linseed, but who knows. It'll either help, or it'll be at least be help with lactation, or it'll at least be a good snack that's easy for me to prepare. And now that they're in the freezer, all I have to do is look at Brendan and ask him for one, and he can go and get it, if I'm in the middle of breastfeeding or doing something like that. But yeah, so fast, nutritious snack that I have packed with protein too, because a lot of the recipes on the internet lack that. But yeah, other than that, if I see you guys for the next one, it'll be 38 weeks. And that's fine, but otherwise it hopefully will be a post-labour one soon. Okay, cool. Alright, see ya.